Good day, dear friends. I hope you're having a fantastic day. A day as good as mine. Hey, today I'm back in the kitchen. It's hot outside, so I figure there has to be a place to run for refuge. And what's the best place? In the kitchen. Today I'm cooking for you. I'm cooking chicken fricassee. A very popular dish in Jamaica. It's an all-in-one dish. Also, with neighbor Cuba, a very popular dish as well in Cuba. And I believe for all of us in the Caribbean Rim, it's a mainstay dish outside of the curry goat, curry chicken, and all of that. Oxtail, and you name it. Now there are two versions. Chicken fricassee, by the way, is just a method of cooking. It's braise and finish in a sauce. Speaking of sauce, Jamaicans love their sauce. Their sauce over rice. We're big on rice, not so much potato, even though this recipe called for potatoes. In Cuba, of course, and I guess it's regional, because I guess it's based on where you are and what's available, then become the main source of ingredient. In Cuba, the Cubans use a lot of potatoes. This recipe also called for potatoes, but it's not the main driving force in terms of the starch. The starch is going to be rice. So for us Jamaicans would be rice and peas. I don't have rice and peas today, but I do have brown rice combined with jasmine. So that's what I'm gonna be using. Speaking of fricassee and regional, fricassee is basically two different types, and I say two different types. You have the modern type of fricassee, and the classic or antique style of fricassee. The antique style are made usually by the French, which use cream in theirs. Where in Jamaica, pickled pepper, which I'll explain to you in a little bit, and ketchup is the base, and of course chicken stock is the base of our sauce. Cubans are a little bit different. They use orange juice, lime juice, and white wine as the base of their sauce. So that's the difference in terms of the ingredients. Now, because it's Ivan style, the version that I'm cooking today, I'm following a recipe, but I'm adding one more thing in there, and that is green peas. I just like color in my food. So that's why I'll be adding some color in my food. But by the way, it's now 3:20 in the evening. I'm thirsty. What about you? Yes, let's have a drink. I'm gonna pour a glass of wine. So I'm pouring a Pinot Gris because it's, I mentioned it's hot outside, and it's served to me as an aperitif before I get into my dinner wine, which will be some Pinot Noir. This one is, let's see, I will not show you the label, but this is Talbot. So I'll be having some Talbot Pinot Noir, just an everyday drinking wine. And so I'm gonna pour my Pinot Gris. And before I take the first sip, you get the first sip. Cheers to your health. Votre santé. Salud. Salute. Prost. L'chaim. Oh, tagay. I never remember to cheer my family and friends back in the Philippines. So tagay. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm tripping with myself today, and that's my first glass. So I don't know what's going to happen after I finish this glass. But there you have it. My friends, I'm going to swing off chicken a little bit. You always wonder perhaps why I'm so enthusiastic, so just, full of life. There's a simple reason, simple explanation. Positivity always rules my day. Every day I wake up and had the chance to see the sunshine, or even in a cloudy day, there is such thing as the bright side, even in a cloudy day, because I wake up. So here I am. I give thanks to the one above. Cheers. And so, if you see me happy every day, that's the reason why. There's a reason to give thanks. For us in life, or for many for that matter, our worst day is the best of someone else's, and I've always bear that in mind, and that is what drives me to have an optimistic view, regardless of what's happening. And there's a lot happening right now, but we still give thanks to the one above. Cheers. So back to my chicken. So I'm actually using a recipe today. Surprise, surprise. I'm taking my recipe from a book called The Real Taste of Jamaica by Enid Donaldson. We bought this book, I think in 2014, on our way back from Jamaica, attending a family reunion. And I think it's the first time that I'm actually using this book where as far as the recipe is concerned. And there are many more in here, which I will be using. In that way, when I do something, even though I may put a twist to it, because as I mentioned to you before, I fused everything. The green peas is an example, which I'll be adding. I will, from time to time, have a recipe that can be followed. In that way, if you choose to make a dish, in following me at least, there's a method. So that's my first step, my Jamaican cookbook. All right, the first thing I'm going to do, my friends, I'm going to wash my chicken. Oh, it is so crucial to wash the chicken. I'm going to remove it from the packaging, and then I'm going to come back and just go through the washing process. Okay, my friends, so I'm going to wash my chicken. Okay, so in order to clean the chicken properly, I said Jamaicans are very particular in their food preparation. So in order to properly clean the chicken, I'm going to be using some vinegar. Okay, so here I am. Some vinegar. Sometimes we use salt as well. A generous portion of vinegar. And then I'm going to change this faucet one day. Builder's faucet doesn't work very well. Okay, I'm going to go directly in the sink. I'm going to do some lemons. Most of the time you can just use just the vinegar. But I opt to do both because I'm that way. It has to be clean. Okay. I don't do the gizzard or the liver, so I'm going to discard that. Okay, some more lemon. Let's save the lemons for portion of the lemons for sanitizing. All right. There we are. Try to make sure there's not much splashing going on. So there's not much area that I need to clean up. All right. Okay. So there you have it. Clean on my hand for the camera. And the next process is cutting up. I'm gonna cut these in reasonable size pieces. I gotta clean this stopper because I touched it with my hands. So I'm gonna cut this up and then cut it above camera, come back and do my wet rub and then my dry rub. All right, so my friends, chicken's all cut up, ready for seasoning. So here we go, cut up, dry, and ready for the wet rub. So I have a mise en place. Mise en place, of course, fancy word, fancy French word for everything is ready. Fancy culinary French word means everything is ready. Word that can be used either front of the house and back of the house. Mostly back of the house. Front of the house if you're gourmet, and or an action station preparing items for guest service. So here we go. That's the word. Fancy, but that's what it meant. And it's spelled M-I-S-E. It's 3 words. M-I-S-E-E-N-P-L-A-C-E. Mise en place. All right, so now I'm gonna make my my wet rub. For making my wet rub, this will sit for about 10 minutes before I actually add my dry rub. So in my wet rub, it's gonna be a scallion. It's gonna be a thyme and garlic. I'm gonna use the blender, pour this short. Let's see if we can tilt it around for you. Let's go this way. The camera. There we go. Get my wine out of the way. So this garlic. thyme, I'm going to put the whole sprig in there. And scallion. All right. Sorry about the noise in your ears. That's what's happening in the kitchen. All right. Actually, it needs to be liquefied a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a little bit of vinegar. So just a little bit of vinegar so I can get some liquefaction going. Let's get a spatula. Could be either water or vinegar. I choose vinegar. All right, that should do it. So now, get this back over. Let's get the gloves on. Then I'm going to work this in. Liquefy and then puree. Okay, my friends, so this will sit for about 10 minutes. And then we'll come back and add the dry rub. So my friends, the chicken is now marinated and ready to go. I am going to, at this point, as I mentioned, all my ingredient is ready. Mise en place. I'll just point out what I have. So let me start with olive oil. I'm gonna get my my heat going. That'll be the first step. Okay. And then the chicken will brown until they become a little bit stiff. And then all my ingredients will be added. I have 2 cups of chicken stock. There are 2 medium onions. About a half a pound of carrots. half a pound of potatoes or potato, 1 large choyata or chocho. Jamaicans say chocho, not choyata. Pica pepper. It's like in patois, we are picking a pepper. So it's pica pepper, pica pepper. So pica pepper is a part of the recipe. And of course, tomato ketchup. Can be any tomato ketchup. I just happen to have Heinz. It pretty much tastes the same. This one is organic. So the first method for me is browning the chicken. All right. So really simple. Chicken will be browned. Then the stock will go in. The pica pepper will go in. Ketchup will go in. And then when it's cooked to a certain point, actually all the vegetables will be added. In that way, everything cooks together. But just in case you wonder what pica pepper is. Pica pepper is traditionally a Jamaican sauce. This is barrel aged, and of course pica pepper has been around since the 1920s, since 1921. And I'll just share with you the ingredients in there. It consists of cane sugar, onions, sugar, tomato paste, sea salt, peppers, raisins, ginger, mango, that is mango concentrate, cloves, thyme, garlic, black pepper, and orange peel. Like I said, it's a delicious sauce. No sponsoring here, but I can tell you, you can find pica pepper just about anywhere. In our local area, this is found mostly in Albertson. Like I said before, it is our Jamaican A1 sauce. It's delicious. So, all right. I can smell the oil. Let's do another glove. I love Costco. You can buy these by the tons. Oh, can you hear that? Hear that sizzle. So my friends, I have a silly laughter, always. I laugh very deep. You may have wondered, where do I get my laughter? That was from my father. My father was a man that did not talk a lot. Remind me of a friend I know. He's a man of few words. But whenever there's a light moment, you have this deep belly laugh. That's when you know it's really a light moment. Now, my mother was a talker. She could talk all day long, non-stop. My father, on the other hand, was serious. So my friends, I was speaking about my father earlier until my SD card came up full. So I had to replace it. But like I was saying, he was a serious man, but also had certain sense of humor. When the joke or whatever the situation may be was funny, he gave it a deep belly laugh, like Santa Claus. So essentially, that is where my laughter came from. God rest his soul. He was not a talker, as I mentioned before, but he talks a lot about his grandmother, which would have been my great-grandmother. Never met my paternal grandmother. My maternal, yes. Never met my grandfather, any of them. I guess during those times, there's a early homegoing. You know what I mean. So, but the fascinating things about my great-grandmother, or great-grandmother for that matter, he always lit up when he spoke of his grandmother. She was 1/5 East Indian, which is what, Southeast, which I would imagine perhaps is get my taste of certain foods. And so that's pretty much it about my father when he was alive. That's my fond memory of him. So now, my friends, enough about personal matters. I'm gonna get into adding my other ingredients. So let me pan the camera down a little bit, get you over to the stove, and let's do this. I'm new to my gimbal, so I'm trying to get used to handling it. All right, so I'm now gonna add my chicken stock. All right. All right. Then I'll add my chocho, or choyata as you know it, choyote. My potatoes. My carrots. Start it in a little bit. My onions. Let's go for my ketchup. I'm probably going to do a little more chicken stock. So make it easier to spread. So I'm going to do a little more. A little more chicken stock. Oops. Bummer. I'm gonna add my ketchup. Be generous. Okay. I'm going to add my pica pepper. I'll be generous too. I'm not gonna measure this. I love pica pepper. And then we'll start up. Just a lot easier to distribute this way. Try not to make too much noise in your ears. Next time I'll use a wooden spoon. Then I will add that. Oh, pica pepper is so good. So I will put, let's get you back over there a little bit. I will put a lid on that. And let the cooking continue. When it's all said and done, the chicken should be falling off the bones. With lots of gravy. I will add the peas last because the peas is already, of course, prepared. So I will add it last. In that way, they remain whole, not mushed out from cooking. So I can't wait for that to cook so I can share it with you. So my friends, dinner is ready. All right, I'm gonna take it off the stove and then, let's do that. Oh, let's bring them over here. Okay, I'm gonna bring the camera down so you can see what I'm doing here. Look at that. Oh, just make sure. Oh, let's move this back just a little bit so you can get a full view of that. And then I am going to add my peas. Said I add the peas to give it some color. Not a part of the recipe, but I like it that way. So in a nutshell, that is my chicken fricassee. And we get a little bit here. So I can share with you. Let's get some veggie in here. That's pretty much it. So my friends, that is the finished product of chicken fricassee. Sounds like a bad word for some reason, but hey, I'll leave that to your imagination. But anyway, cooking is done. I'm gonna taste it. But before I do, you get the first bite, as always. It is delicious. Goes well with any wine. Light red and white. Perfect. In a way, I wish I had some rice and peas. By the way, speaking of rice and peas, in Jamaica, even if we use beans, it's still peas. We're sticking to rice and peas. So just that you know, just in case you visit and during one of those exotic nights, you saw rice and peas on the menu and they deliver rice and beans. That's how we roll. It's rice and peas. Peas, beans, what's the difference? They're all in a pod. Anyway, my friends, this is where we wrap it up. It was a pleasure cooking for you, always. And until then, just a reminder, if you like this video or any other of my videos, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Comment is optional. Some people doesn't like to see a word. But give me a thumbs up, which is a like. And subscribe is very important. My friend, until then, this is Jamaican in the Move. One love. Peace. Love you, my friends. Take care.